In case you're just joining us, this is Say Good Morning Abuja on NK Channel 5 Unity Station. This time we want to talk about campaign for environmental conservation, food security, and safe family health practices. Okay, and we have the executive director, Sustain Aqua Green Planet and Food Security Foundation in the person of Dr. Onoja Matthew. Amen. Please join me as I welcome him to the studio. Sir, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All
Thanks
right.
for having me here.
Thank you. So, the topic we're talking about campaign for environmental conservation.
Yes.
Okay, food security and safe family health practices. A lot of people will say, "Wow, this one sounds."
long.
So, what are we talking about here?
Yes, really, the campaign is for environmental conservation because it starts from there.
Okay.
We as humans, we need to have a safe and clean environment.
Okay.
Also, we need to fight issues like erosion, flooding, and the right kind of
Which
things.
is happening now.
Which is happening now,
Because of
even
the
right
rainy
here in
season.
Abuja,
Yeah.
because of the rainy season. Thank you very much. You see, most of the causes are people dump refuse in drainages, which is very wrong. By the time these drainages are blocked, you see that the water flow will change its course, and then it will cause natural disaster. Normally, you find out that when we keep these drainages clean, the water is channeled through there. The designers of the urban area, they are not fools. They know what they were doing while designing.
Yeah.
So we need to keep that in our mind always to make sure we dispose our refuse where it is appropriate. Also, we will go further to talk about environment in relation to family health. Like the case of cholera, which is ravaging the country right now. This is something that can be mitigated against by simply washing our hands before we eat.
Keeping our
Keeping the environment very clean and also stop things like open defecation. By the time you involve in open defecation, you go stooling outside. When the rain comes, it picks this thing and you have germs inside of them. So it's good to make sure we don't defecate openly in open places. Go to toilet or a designated place for it.
Okay, so let's look at food security.
Food security, yes, there is it's everywhere. Everybody is aware that there is food issues, insecurity in the country.
Honestly.
Inflation is here. Food is no longer accessible to people.
Cost of living.
Cost of living is high. Physical and economic access to food is not there. So we need to come in ways we are campaigning that people should stand up. Even in your backyard, plant tomato.
Okay.
Even any small piece of land you see, plant something so that it will reduce the effect of the inflation on the family.
So it's like saying operation, no more, not operation feed the nation this time, but to start from feeding
yourself and your family.
Family fed.
You have a family of 4 and
Okay.
you buy a tuber of yam for 3,000-4,000. You know it cannot go anywhere. Government is doing a lot, yes, we know, but we need to stand up and support them
So by the time
by the time you plant pepper or you plant spinach, you will not buy that in the market.
You only buy the yam.
You only buy the yam. And you can even do yam in your house. These days we are doing smart agriculture. You don't need to have a very big large hectare of land to farm. You can do sack.
Farming.
Put them around, sack farming, put them in smart. You do some agronomic practices, and then the tubers will come. In your house, you get yam tubers.
Even tomatoes.
Tomatoes,
Yeah.
eggs, you do them at home. Poultry, do them. Even if there are 2 birds, you can start from there. So our campaign is just to make sure we let people know that we can do something as a people for our family. While we are waiting for government, we should be involved in agriculture and agribusiness. Let us be involved in one of the value chains, the agricultural value chain, either production, processing, or storage and marketing.
So how do you carry out sensitization? How do you reach out to the public?
Yeah, we sometimes go to the market square, we visit traditional rulers in their chiefdom, talk to them to tell their subjects. We also go to market squares with open address system. We let them know that this is what is supposed to be done right now. We also do house-to-house campaign, house-to-house sensitization, giving them bills, handbills, and telling them new ways to do this thing, new ways to do smart farming, specific farming. So it doesn't, it's not a rocket science. It's just that we need to be involved. And then the narrative that farmers are poor people. Government need to fight that by massive education of the youths and women. Let them know that farming is fun. You can farm and you can be the Don Jazzy of this world if you want.
Yeah.
You can farm and you can be the most handsome or the most beautiful girl. It doesn't make you anything if you say you're a farmer. In fact, myself, I love being called Farmer Mek.
Oh, Farmer Mek.
Yes.
Oh.
Because by the time I go to my farm in the morning, I'm Farmer Mek. When I come out in the evening, if you
Yes,
see my
it's the
steeds,
record.
my steeds will be very well maintained. So
Yeah.
farming has nothing to do with.
And it's even a form of exercise.
Yes, yes. You see, those days, our ancestors, our fathers lived many years more than now because they were engaged in these things. But now people see farming as a derogatory thing or something that is
Wow.
bad.
Wow.
So we want to change that narrative.
Okay.
And we're calling on government to encourage us to change that narrative.
Okay, just in 1 minute, I want you to advise those watching, like you encourage people, have a farm. Okay, and then you also talk to the government. 1 minute, as well.
Yes, I think we will urge the government to do more, like what they've done in this emergency time, declaring a state of emergency in the food sector. They should do more.
Okay.
Then we, the populace, the rude, we should learn to do something, at least one thing in the agricultural value chain. You either go to poultry, you either go to crop production or fishery, piggery. They are all part of it. They can be done smartly and nothing will happen. And you even have gain. The margin is wide. If you plant half bag of rice now, at the end of the harvest, you will have up to 10-15 bags.
Nice.
Times it by how much you put in. That's cool money.
Yeah.
So agric is the green cash. Let's just go into it.
Okay.
And we'll find out that is the truth we're talking about.
All right, thank you so much. Let's just go into agriculture. That's just it. And like you said, you can decide to feed yourself first. There's Operation Feed the Nation. By the time every one of us feeds ourselves by planting the basics,
Yes.
pick up a farm. You don't need to have a large farmland for you to be a farmer. Okay, so let us feed ourselves by going into farming. Okay, the program is still Good Morning Abuja. We'll be right back after this break. Don't go anywhere.